The Wynn, $600 day 1B. As you can tell, it's dark out. That's because I did not enter. A loss of $0. Instead, I'm going for a guaranteed victory, a comped meal at the best sushi place in Vegas and maybe America, Kabuto. Never been, always heard great things. Know it's super expensive, so let's join Daniel Chang, Brian Weissman, and a few other guests for an excellent sushi dinner. We are here at Kabuto,
right?
With none other than Brian Weissman, old school magic champion, and Daniel Chang, highest white glove experience.
It's fine. Yeah, it's an amazing place. I visited.
Chinese food was 4 cents.
What is this?
That's a good question.
So on your left side, in a little cup, that is the Pacific cod filled with mozzie seaweed on bottom with ponzu sauce. And on your right side, the king squid and giant octopus with ginger soy sauce.
Thank you.
From your business, yeah.
Just so interesting. So this is tonight's sashimi grade for your course meal. Top left, Cranberry King Tail from Toyama, Japan. And the top right, Sweet Shrimp from Canada. Bottom left, Suzuki Japanese Sea Bass from Nagasaki, Japan. And the bottom right, Scallop from Hokkaido, Japan. And on your very middle, in a tiny bowl, it's a baby eel from Aichi, Japan.
Wow. That's presentation right there.
If you're creeped out by the snail, realize that all mollusks are very closely related. Almost the same as a clam or a mussel.
For the Kabuto course meal, top left, grilled crab with Japanese mushroom roast. And then top right, Hilaji coastal travery with Saikyo miso base. Bottom left, grilled fatty burger with daikon radish and the ponzu sauce. And then bottom right is Megina oparo eye. It's a type of whitefish with creamy sesame and then crab sauce. And on the very middle, it's a grilled princess cheese snail, which is turban snail. The Kasugotai Spring Baby Snapper from Kagoshima, Japan.
Yep.
And Jack Mackerel from Fukuoka, Japan. Liver from Spain. Perch Shellcrab from Aichi, Japan. And this one is the 7-pound grouper from Fukuoka, Japan.
Thank you.
Alright.
Oh, you're waiting for your
From Alaska on your and middle row. On your left side is medium fatty tuna, Japanese mackerel, and premium fatty tuna. And on the bottom row on your left side is golden sea eel and homemade sweet pumpkin.
There you go.
Is that there?
Yeah, tamago as well. A little bit more. Sorry.
One more?
Well, I don't know. I think your hands are slight.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, thank you for the dinner at Kabuto, sir. I really appreciate it. You've set the bar extremely high for all future $100 Minden contestants.
No, but honestly, and all bullshit aside, Jeff's given us a lot of poker advice, right? He's taught us a lot about poker, and
Maybe you.
Happy birthday, Dan Chang. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
It is 3 o'clock on a beautiful Wednesday in Las Vegas, 60 degrees in January. Gotta love it. After our victory on Monday, I think the only thing we have to do is try to go back to back. There's another event at the Wynn, part of the Signature Series, $400 buy-in, $100,000 guaranteed, 2 flights. This is day 1B. Let's bag and tag and defend our honor and chase that glory once again. Newton's first law of motion states that an object in motion will stay in motion, so let's keep the momentum going. Also, a big shout out to everybody that sent me a message congratulating me on the win. I do appreciate that. It means a lot. Shows how much reach I have out there in the poker community. And of course, all of the likes on the Wynn official winners photo. did not go unnoticed. Over 500 likes. That's got to be a record. My mom really appreciated that one. So thanks again, guys. Let's do it again. And we have arrived at the Wynn Poker Room. $400, 100K guaranteed. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at ICURARook to be eligible for future giveaways and maybe some funny tweets. Hello. Here for the $400 tournament. With a 500 big blind, we sit down with a fresh 20K stack. We got an online legend on our right and a few familiar faces at the table. Very first hand, Asian woman, age 30 to 60, limps under the gun. I'm in middle position with ace queen offsuit. I make it 2,000. Action folds back around to her and she calls. The flop comes 10, 8, 6, and she donks into me for 2,000. No respect. Thinking we can put in a profitable float here, possibly bluff, future turn, and river cards. I put in the call, and the turn is a 7. Unfortunately, I don't think we have many 9s in our isolating range. Does she know that? She does check to us. Pretty lost as to what hand she's going to check fold on this board. So we take the safe route and check behind. The river's a deuce of diamonds, bring backdoor diamonds, and we do have the ace of diamonds, and she checks to us. Pretty good card to bluff. We have the nut flush blocker, and she's shown weakness. But I'm a horrible poker player, so I check behind. My fate is sealed as she flips over Jack 10 offsuit. Nice hand, off to a bad start. The very next hand, it folds to us, and I open up 7-7 to 1,200. Old Caucasian male who got second to us in the tournament on Monday puts in the flat call. We're heads up to a flop of ace, jack, deuce, 2 clubs. We do have range advantage on this board, so a C-bet is necessary, even though it looks like we might be turning our hand into a bluff. I bet 1,200, and he quickly makes it 2,500. Definitely no respect here. What the hell's going on? Very tilting spot, and we make the annoying fold.
Whatever. You talk a good game.
A few minutes later, online superstar on my right opens it up to 1,200. I'm on the button with 12,300 and ace 10 offsuit. A little much, but pretty much a standard jam in this spot. Could flat, but he's going to be opening very wide in the cutoff. Our hand stands to be best, so we shove all in. Action folds back around to him, and he snap calls. His pocket jacks are ahead of my ace 10, but we got outs. Let's get there. We need to get lucky. Nope. All right, good game.
I folded 83.
Unlucky table for me. Did I win? No, I lost. Okay. And I'm out of the Wynn 400, 100K. Actual play time about 8 minutes. Feels bad, man, but there's 30 minutes left of re-entry available, so let's re-enter.
Thank you.
Thank you. Still 500 big blind. Second hand at the table, under the gun, +1 opens to 1,500. I'm in the small blind with pocket queens and 20,000 chips, so let's put in that 3-bet, 5,500 to go. Action folds around to him. We're ready to play for stacks, but he is not, and he puts in the fold, and we take down a small pot. Under the gun limps, I'm on the button with pocket jacks the very next hand. Wow. The heater is alive and well. We raise it up to 2,000. The small blind calls and the limper calls. We're 3 ways to a flop. Let's pray for no overcards. The flop comes ace, ace, king. I think that's all overcards, but whatever. Checks to us, and kind of a merge spot to bet here. But we do need to protect against some Queen X combos and possibly being bluffed on future streets. So I bet 2,000. Small blind calls and limper folds. This is horrible news. He has a lot of ace X and king queen type of hands. Turn brings an ace, so that's actually better news for us. He checks, and I don't see much reason to bet. I check. The river's a deuce. He checks, and same thing. No reason to value bet here. And We check behind, he shows pocket sixes. And we win a nice pot. With blinds at 300, 600, 600, under the gun makes it 2,200, a very large open. Under the gun plus one calls and two other people call. Big pot brewing. When I look down at pocket jacks in the big blind, I have 28,000 chips. What are we talking here? 45 blinds? Facing this action, there's already, it's already 15 blinds in the middle. I think we have one choice and one choice only. We don't want to play five ways with jacks. Looks like there's a lot of dead money out there. Let's get it. We shove all in. Under the gun thinks for about 2 seconds and is also all in. Let's hope he has ace, king, or tens. Everybody else folds as predicted. And he shows us the bad news, which is pocket aces. That's okay. There's plenty of jacks left in the deck. Let's hit. And here's the video. Thank you. All right.
I like the
lot of
squeeze. That's a good squeeze there.
A lot of red jacks left. All right, just one. No. Did I win? No. Jacks for aces. Okay.
We have you, huh? Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
And everything.
And I'm out of the win. $400, 100K once again. 2 bullets gone in 15 minutes. Hard to keep track of time. There's been so many big hands that I've been the loser of. The question is, do we fire that third bullet? Do we defend our title? Gotta ride the heater, even though it looks like I'm on a big downswing. I think the heater's here. Let's fire that one more bullet. All right, thank you. Fresh 20K stack, fresh table. We sit down in the cutoff. Action folds to us at 600 big blind, and I looked down at pocket eights. Things are looking good. I make it 1,300. 30-year-old Caucasian male on my left makes it 4,000 with about a 70,000 stack. Looks like a pretty standard 3-bet spot for him. I'm not buying what he's selling. Action folds back around to me, and we have a good stack size for that warm 4-bet jam. Really setting the tone, showing the table who is boss. The momentum starts now. I shove all in, and he snap calls. He shows pocket jacks, and we need an 8. It's our time to hit an 8. Let's get there. All in?
All in. Call.
All right, gotta win one. Any 8. Root for an 8. Come on. Come on, bro.
Kind of looks like eights for a second.
Come on, bro. Nice cooler. And I'm out. And I am back in. Max late reg, last 4th bullet, in for $1,600. This might be the most bullets I've ever fired. Definitely in the shortest amount of time. I'm not tilted, I'm focused, I'm determined. We didn't come here to lose, let's win. A big shout out to Counterfeit Clothing for supplying me with some free merchandise. I'll be giving these out in the future. Until then, check out Counterfeit Clothing at sixthreads.ca. It's all about that comfort. Fold for a few orbits. Pick up ace, queen of spades in the cutoff, a beautiful hand. We're gonna have a 100% min raising range in this spot, so I make it 1,600. Button calls and big blind. Asian male, age 21 to 50, does exactly what I want him to do and shoves in 19,000 chips. We put in the call, button folds, and we're up against pocket sevens. We have to win this one. Our tournament life is on the line, no more re-entries. We got a race. Due to win a race. Oh yeah, deuce of spades. Nope, nope. Queen of hearts. Okay, nice hand. Good luck all. And I am out of the win. $1,600 buy-in. That really puts a dent in the profits of a win. Back to reality. Welcome to tournament poker. Sorry for trying.